What's up, you guys? Happy belated Father's Day. I know I'm a few days late on that to all them dads out there, and I know I'm a few days late on making this video. So today I'm going to be doing a voiceover. When I first made this video, when I first initially got the rifle, it was Saturday, and I did do the unboxing. This is the actual unboxing the first time I looked at it, but what I knew at that time was I was really misinformed, and I'm still not all the way informed either, but I said I would do this video. So this is what I know. And correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, I'm not a know-all. I never claimed to be either. All I know is I shot this gun a shitload of times, and you guys seen what happened. So I'm pulling apart the rifle to look for a Toolcraft and a chamfer. So I don't see a Toolcraft logo, but there is a small pronounced, it's not as pronounced, but it is a chamfer. It's definitely not a sharp edge like it was before. And that's a brand new trunnion. So there's a little slant in it, but it's not like the biggest, you know, chamfer ever, like I have seen on the GF5Es. So yeah, basically the GF5, for the guys who don't know, this is what I do know. For the guys who don't know, the GF5Es have the Toolcraft and chamfer upgrade to their trunnions. All right. So now if you have a regular GF5, you don't have a chamfer or a trunnion, Toolcraft trunnion. If you got an ak103, you don't have that. I don't know if they'll put it in for you. From what I understand, that's only under GF5E. Just like the AKE was the upgrade, is the enhanced, the GF5 is the enhanced. That's their newest iteration of their GF5 lineup. So that's the newest rifle you can buy. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. It's not very transparent. I try to look out there for information and read what guys are talking about. So right here, I'm pretty bummed out because, you know, I'm thinking I don't have the Toolcraft parts. But, you know, looking at the rifle, and I looked into it, you know, their parts are heat treated, you know, better than what they was before whenever I first bought the rifle. So I'm going to go ahead and run this thing. And it's got a mild chamfer on it, so I'm going to run it. A few things that they did to it, they refinished the rifle, as it said in email, but the finish towards the rear end of the trunnion is definitely, you could scrape it off with your fingers. That's kind of annoying, but at the same time, the old finish was holding up just good, and it's underneath that finish. So I guess I'm good with that. They gave me a new side receiver for a side mount. All new side folder, but the same stock, same pistol grip, same trigger. Same furniture, but just a different gas tube, okay? So it's got a different gas tube on it, and I want to tell you, the gas tube, there's no wiggle to that gas tube. That gas tube is tighter than a fucking Wasser's gas tube. PSA finally got that right. That's amazing. Now let's see, whenever I go to shoot the rifle, if the side folder will start wiggling after a couple hundred rounds, right? Another thing I noticed is on the bolt, see that? How the parts are discolored? The extractor itself, it's not black. You know, all their parts that were made in-house, they used to be black. So these parts aren't made in-house. I'm not 100% sure on that. So obviously if they're changing parts up, that means because they're upgrading parts. That piston does have some wiggle to it. On the first piston I had, did not have any wiggle to it. After I put like 7,000 rounds through it, I started getting some wiggle. So that's something to make note of too. Safety selector, you know, that's just, you know, just another little... That's just the same thing as it was before, right? But they gave me the same cleaning rod, and then on the barrel it says Hammer Forge. So I could have swore my old barrel says CHF, Cold Hammer Forge. This one says Hammer Forge. One of the guys was telling me that there's no difference to it, and I can't really find a difference to it either. So it's not like too alarming. I did email them. I'm waiting on an email back. Another thing to make note of, along with the wiggles, this thing does not wiggle anymore. The front sight post, that thing had me scared at all times that it was going to fall out. So I'm so glad it doesn't wiggle anymore. So now here's the rifle after I put all my parts on it. Obviously same stock. I'm going to keep the TDI off for now. I'm going to run that stock. I may put on the EOTech, I might not. You know me, I'm a sucker for switching my shit up. TWS had to go back on it for sure. That's one of my favorite parts on the AK. I stand by that fucking mount big time. Fight me if you don't like it, because that motherfucker's bad. I also put the BD2 Meridian Defense on there with the Bulgarian adapter. We'll come back to that in a second with the Magpul pistol grip. And the ALG has seen 12,000 rounds. The ALG really holds up. So now this muzzle adapter, before I had so much carbon on there that I could not get that thing to screw on all the way. So I was getting strikes out of the end of the BD2, so I could never rock it. So now, since it's brand new, thankfully, I can get it all the way on there and there's no wiggle at the end. So that definitely makes it nice. But, you know, we'll see how it does. I did fire 30 rounds through that break. And as always, you know, the rifle runs really good. I also have an extra power recoil spring in there. I highly recommend one of them to you guys. Them things are badass for sure. And if you're going to get a TWS, make sure you get the Ghost Ring. Ghost Ring's a must have. And that lever right there, that lever and that little, that bolt that comes out of there, I have to beat that lever over to make it tighter because it was flipping up. I want it tight like the Wasser. And that hole is bigger than what it used to be for sure. So they changed up their rear sight base. So that's something else you can make note of too. But it fit in there. I think that they just want people to rock the, you know, the PSA, you know, top rail instead of, you know, like the TWS and other companies, you know, what they make and whatnot. Overall, guys, the rifle looks good. I'm not going to complain too much. At least PSA did right by me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up to 12,000 as quickly as I did before because I don't have that much rounds on tap. I only got about 3K right now. I'm not going to burn through all those, especially ammo being as expensive as it is now. So I will be shooting, I'll be shooting 300 round increments. You know, this right here, I'm shooting 30 rounds through this gun. I'm trying to bump fire it, but you guys will see that. But be safe. God bless, guys. Happy belated Father's Day once again. 3 rounds, US Palm magazine. Been a while since I shot this thing. See what it can do. Yeah, see, I was trying to bump fire that, so didn't quite work out too well. I gotta get used to this thing again, that's for sure. She's a little jumpy. I think I got 3 rounds out of it. That's the most I got. But I don't have no light, so I'm not gonna shoot. I'm not gonna keep shooting. I can't really see what the fuck I'm doing. I just know my target's right there, so. All right, fellas.